The Battlefront Classic Collection just released, and whoo, buddy, let me tell you, the nostalgia hit me like a truck. As soon as I heard those beeps from the loading screen, I was taken back. Felt like I was a kid again, sitting on the edge of my bed with a Mountain Dew beside me, playing on my PS2 before dinner time. Now, for reference, I'm playing the PS5 version of the game, courtesy of the devs providing me a key before release, so thank you to the devs. From my experience, Asper did a pretty good job porting the game. Others would not agree with me though. I will warn you right now, I'm in the minority here. The Steam version seems like it didn't fare so well, as the game is currently sitting at a 19% positive rating. That's overwhelmingly negative. But all I can give my opinion on is my experience with the PS5 version. I wanted to play the Classic Collection entirely for the single player side of it. That's where all my memories of the game are, so that's what I focused on. That being said, the single player side of both 1 and 2 feel just like they used to, and I love it. It's a direct port with upscaled textures, I believe, so visually it keeps that old feel. It's just at 60 FPS now. I played Galactic Conquest on both games. I used to love it, I still do. For reference, if you've never played a Battlefront game before, think like Battlefield. So you've got points around the map to capture, and you've got a reinforcement count. So as you kill the opponents, that goes down, they kill you, that goes down, etc. You're trying to get the enemy number to 0, obviously, or capture all the points until it drains to 0. As for Galactic Conquest, you've got a star map, and you can strategically go around and pick different points on the map to go pick where you're going to try to take from the enemy. If you encounter one of their ships in space over the same planet, you trigger a space battle, which is you've got your capital ship, their capital ship, you fly out. You can either win by destroying enough enemy fighters, you can win by overall points from destroying key objectives on their ship and their frigates. Like, okay, go destroy their engines, go destroy their life support, stuff like that. You can also land on their ship and destroy most of that from the inside, which is one of my favorite things to do. So that's a brief rundown of the game and the Galactic Conquest. Not much has changed aside from a few new maps for both games, and 2 bonus heroes were added to Battlefront 2. One cool thing that surprised me a lot is that they kept in the cheat codes from the original games. I miss the era of cheat codes in single player games. I loved breaking games with them when I was a kid. I kind of wish the days of cheat codes in single player games would make a comeback. I mean, I know on PC you've got mods and console commands and cheat engine and all that stuff, but I don't know, there was something about entering a secret cheat code that you had to look up online or find in a gaming magazine, right? But maybe that's just nostalgia, I don't know. Back to the review. Final thoughts from the single player side of things. I'm happy with the game, and if I had bought my copy myself instead of being given a key from the devs, I would have still have been happy. The game hasn't been available on modern Sony consoles in years. It has never been available on the Switch. So I think it's a great opportunity for anybody on either of those consoles to get to play the game. And as for PC and Xbox, it's not as big of a boon because you already had access to the OG games, just without the improvements that the Classic Collection brought to the table. So I could definitely see waiting for a sale on Steam or on Xbox if you're looking to pick up the game for the single player nostalgia. I can see that without a doubt. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, the multiplayer. I'll go ahead and say it's not for me, and it's not why I've ever been interested in the Battlefront games. Like I said before, all of my memories of the game are with single player. I never played against another person in any Battlefront game. So, it's not really my cup of tea. I played a few matches. after having issues getting the server list to load, and it was not the best. I played probably 3 conquest matches with very unbalanced teams skill-wise, which happens, obviously. That's no big deal. None of the servers had many people in them. Most of the servers had less than 10 people in them each. I tried Hero Assault, which was fun, but a lot of desync made it impossible for me to take seriously, because it was near impossible to expect if an attack was going to hit or not, going out or coming in. The couple of Space Assault matches I played were fine. No real issues there aside from one team steamrolling the other, which, I mean, that's going to happen without skill-based team balancing. It's just to be expected, right? One thing I do worry about after the rough launch is that the game's community will be very small very soon. But I'm hopeful the issues will be ironed out. That being said, the issue is, will people stick around through it or come back after? Because, like I mentioned, if on launch night you've got the biggest server has 26 out of 64 slots filled, and the rest of the servers that are in the list are 10 and under, usually 3 to 7 people in a server. That doesn't really bode well if you really want to play against other people, right? If you want to play multiplayer in this, you probably want to play in a near full lobby. Otherwise, why wouldn't you just go play single player? But hopefully they get the rest of these issues ironed out and people come back to the game. I don't know that that'll happen. That remains to be seen. But I'll stay hopeful, because honestly, I just want everybody that gets the game to be happy with it. I'm happy with the game myself, because the single player's fine. That's what I wanted it for. I know a lot of people were looking forward to this for the multiplayer, play with friends, meet new friends, whatever, and they got let down because multiplayer just didn't have a great launch. Not that Battlefront in general has a history of great launches, but that's a whole nother story. So honestly, I just want the best for the game. I just want the best for the game and everybody to be happy with their purchase and not get let down. So that's my 2 cents on the multiplayer situation from somebody that's not super big on the multiplayer of the classic Battlefront games. So if you're interested in the Battlefront Classic Collection for the multiplayer, keep these things in mind and maybe look into the issues a bit more yourself. If you're like me and want to play the games for the single player side, I'd say go for it. Especially if you played the OG games before and want that sweet nostalgia trip. Hopefully my thoughts here helped. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.